So the question, when or how can love become aggression? This is an extremely important question. We all need to ask it, right? Because we need to understand this. This pollutes our relationships, right? And so we ask, when or how can love become aggression? And the first thing we need to understand that love itself cannot become aggression. This is one thing, and we need to be able to separate, to distill our feeling of love from all the other emotions, you see? Pain, disappointment, expectation, and so on and so on. Love itself is pure. Love is a precious thing. But then we come and we mix it with other things. And we mix it with other things because we begin to think that the other is a sort of object that we possess. You see? Because we begin to get used to the presence of someone. This someone becomes a part of our world, and this someone is obvious. It's just like this vase. It's obvious that it's there. We get used to it. At the beginning, when we were not used to it, we cherished it, and there was no aggression. There was respect. There was a gap. It wasn't mine. It wasn't my possession. This is the thing. There was the Greek philosopher Epicurus. You should probably have heard of him, Epicurus, and he said that he didn't like romantic relationships, and he said that romantic relationships, they lose the component of friendship. And that friends don't possess each other. Therefore, they respect each other. And this creates we always try to be dignified, or at least be, because and to respect, to keep the other's dignity. But in relationships, we begin to sometimes be really cruel, really abusive. And sometimes the worst thing is when we are already abusive and we don't even notice that we're abusive, you see? We talk rudely. We cancel the other. And we don't even notice this. If you tell sometimes a couple, look, why are you so intensely reproaching each other? Then you say, what? What are you talking about? Everything is okay. We are doing fine. And this is because it begins to make sense that we can be cruel to one another. There can be deep cruelty in romantic relationships. For instance, there can be deep cruelty between parents and children. When I say cruelty, of course, I don't mean that we're beating one another. But it's enough to beat one another in many other forms. So, this is the thing, we get used to a person. At the beginning, there is some kind of distance, and we respect their boundaries. We understand that they are there, we are here. But then we lose the boundaries. There is me, and the other becomes an extension. You see? The other is just an expansion of it's like my car, my house. Then, and you can do with your possessions whatever you want. Now the thing is that because it's our possession, then we also want it to be exactly as we want it to be, because it's just an object. It's not meant to have an independent existence. This is why we can be so cruel to our partners and children and parents, because we think that when it comes to them, we can simply shape them and tell them, just like this vase, where exactly to be placed and how to behave. And this is where control enters, you see? And we begin to manipulate and to demand and to reproach and to be so tough. Right? The only thing that we can ever do to recover this sense of dignity is by really reminding ourselves very strongly, this is not our possession. It's not mine. Stop, at least subtly, psychologically, you can say this is my wife. Hello, so this is my wife. Okay? In the very moment I say my wife, there is the possession, you see? My wife, you see? It's mine and it's a wife. It's not, it's an extension of me. An extension of me. So at least psychologically, we need to be careful not to think like that. My wife, my child, my son, my dog, my, you know. And we no longer see the other. We no longer see. When a friend comes from the outside, we see them. You see? We see them. They have face. But if we live with someone every day, or we gave birth to them or whatever, then it's like, we know you. You don't even have a face anymore. You're just a sort of a representation of some element in my life. You are a piece in the puzzle of my life. It doesn't work like this. So really, this is real work, and we need to have our heart break for this type of brutality. We need to not accept it. To say, this can't be. I can't pollute love. And don't say, because my parents treat me in this way, then I will also give them in return the very same approach. It's up to you. It's in your hands. The way you make a person an image and begin to see them only through that, through the picture. It's a picture, my wife, my wife, my wife. So there are certain practices. You think you can practice that this person is going to die tomorrow. You can and then to wake yourself up. You can simply practice not calling them as in my, but starting to think of them as independent beings. We talked about it a few days ago. How to practice imagining this person, visualizing them outside of us, right? That because we need to return to this experience, since the most important value in relationships is not love, but respect. This is because sometimes I meet people and they are so aggressive to one another, and then so why don't you just split up? You really, but we love each other. What do you mean? I love it. I love. You see, what is this love? If there is no respect, do you understand? If there is respect, then on the basis of that. And respect is not a moral obligation. Respect is something profound. It's really the feeling that there is an entire, complete world in front of your eyes, and that it's not yours. This is respect. It's a profound understanding. It's not something that society told us to do or to feel.